I'm Mark.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Patrick.
Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Tesla advertising after we roll the title. Go ahead.
The Tesla Life Express!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tesla Life Express. And today, as mentioned, we're going to talk a little bit about Tesla advertising. A recent story came out just recently that Tesla was talking about different ways that they're engaging the public. And what this article talked about was more social media. So, Patrick, you had mentioned this. What different social media aspects has Tesla been using lately?
That is right. So the most recent ones, according to this article, they are now advertising on Facebook, Instagram, and cars.com. If they want to advertise on a car site, I know one that would be really willing to take ads.
Right?
Personal plug right there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Join carswithcords.net. That would be great. But this is kind of interesting that they're starting to push out a little bit more on social media, because previously Tesla was showing up in Google ads. That was one of the ones that they had started with. And then we noticed about some stories about certain airports where there would be a large billboard inside the airport. Tokyo, I believe, was one of the places. So Japan, they had advertised in a major airport there. So this is something that that they're starting to maybe diversify a little bit in.
Right, and then I've seen some Starlink ads on Reddit as well.
Right. So some of the Musk companies are reaching out, but Tesla, as we've known up to this point, has been pretty light in advertising. Elon had mentioned during some quarter calls that he didn't want to advertise at all. He had the notion that a lot of advertising was just lies. They were trying to get you to purchase a product that was in some cases inferior. And he had this issue with advertising, trying to sell something that the product really wasn't. And that I believe was his issue with overall with advertising, and why to this day it's been pretty light. But Tesla shareholders at some of these meetings had pushed the issue. They had asked, come on, why don't we advertise a little bit? If you're unhappy with trying to advertise about a product, its abilities and such, why don't we talk a little bit about safety? Why don't we talk about things that really matter to people and let them know that these type of these cars provide you with these actual tangible abilities that you may not know? Because of course all of us know, we've been involved with the Tesla universe now for a decade or more. But there's a number of people out there that still don't even know the name Tesla.
Electric.
Yeah. So it's not something that everybody knows about. And I wonder if, I like the idea of the billboard inside the airport. You're reaching a demographic of people that obviously can afford to fly. You're reaching a demographic of people that men and women about equal that travel. You've got a demographic where you've got people that are, at least typically, they're up to speed on some technology. So I think it's a good fit all around for the airport advertising. But I wonder, how can we reach out to that next level of customer, the customer that doesn't, that maybe would be the one that Tesla would be introducing, say, the compact car to, the one that is a little bit more affordable. Where could Tesla get involved with something like that? And one thing that just keeps popping in my mind is, what do you guys think about sports teams?
I was going to say sports advertising.
Yeah. I think that is a large demographic of people that that Tesla could reach out to, and maybe not everyone is aware of Tesla in those circles. Again, advertising is not necessarily something that's going to win over anybody immediately, but it is something that if you see the message repeated over and over and over, sometimes that gets you to act or at least look into something, whereas before you may not.
And they had a great resource in the owners clubs, and they kind of didn't do the best job of that at the end there. They cut us loose.
Well, there are things like that. Is that they've got a fantastic group of people that follow them. Look at us. We're spending our time. We have we enjoy talking about it. We enjoy showing people our vehicles. I think they could definitely utilize the Tesla Motor Club members a lot better than what they're currently doing. That's something they could certainly look into to help. But
somebody might try and say, "Oh well, the Civic doesn't have a club." It does, and I don't know if the Corolla does, but maybe it doesn't. But that's an everyman's car, and they have a following around them as well. So like to say that it's not useful is not looking at the big picture.
Well, I think that once Tesla's got a number of Halo cars for everyone to aspire towards, right? Even if they come out with a compact car that's $25,000 or in that range, which opens up a brand new market, it's wonderful to be able to say, yeah, I got the compact, but man, I really like the Model 3. If I had a choice sometimes down the road, that would be my next car. Like having that ability to look at what's next is something to aspire to is a big plus for people. So I think that would be something great for the company as well.
Definitely.
I think they did it in the right order, though. I like the general philosophy of don't spend a lot of money on advertising. Instead, put all that into R&D to make a compelling product. And now they're at a point where they have a compelling product that they're selling profitably. And so now to spend half of 1% of their revenue on ads, fine. That helps move you from the early adopter to the early majority. And if you want to get to selling 20 million vehicles, you're absolutely going to have to do that. And Mark, you mentioned advertising the Model Next, and there's no point in advertising that at this point. They don't even have them, right? So you don't want to make demand for something that you can't deliver without too much of a window in advance, and so you would just Osborne yourself. So right now they're advertising things like the Model Y, and that makes perfect sense. It's the best-selling vehicle in the world right now. So they want to be able to continue to ramp the volumes because that gives them more economy of scale. That brings down their costs, and that will help make it an even better vehicle. So that makes a lot of sense to be advertising. Again, like I said, a small percentage of the revenue. Don't go crazy with Super Bowl ads and full, center fold-out 2-page New York Times or anything crazy like that. Doing some targeted online ads where you can make sure that your money's being well spent. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, and you don't even have to focus on a particular car. You can just do things that are common to the brand. You can say, hey, here's FSD.
Yeah.
Here's the active safety features. Here's the what we did for the passive safety tests and so forth. And that would
advertising their incredible safety is a smart way to go.
Oh yeah,
and to actually show it rather than just say, oh, we got 5 stars, because they'll assume that means the same thing when everybody else says 5 stars. It meant an overall 5 stars, not the relentless pursuit of every subcategory. And it would also do them well to not only there are people out there who just are, it's not in their sphere, so they don't even hear about it. Same way that that they don't believe there's electric car charging in their area, and there probably is. Or the way you asked me the gas price, and I couldn't tell you unless I have unless I knew you were going to ask me, and I could look at the sign driving earlier in the day. You have some folks who their only exposure to Tesla is hearing whatever Elon has got himself into without thinking before speaking, or just pure misinformation about what the vehicles are and do. And so you could have a little advertising in there. That way, when somebody hears one of them off-the-wall accusations or stories, they can say, hey, that doesn't sound right. Let me go look it up. Instead of, oh, did you hear these things are driving you into the river? Like, they don't do that.
Right. Yeah, or they always catch on fire. Yeah. Some FUD busting would be a good ad, I think, too.
I think safety would be a knock it out of the park type thing, because everyone's concerned with safety in their family, and maybe having some of those videos that show the vehicle not being able to roll over, even when it's pushed into sideways or rammed sideways, and show that how resilient they are to stay on their wheels, and then show the safety score and what those stars actually mean, is explain that to the public, because that would be something that would really get some families behind it. And of course, if you could incorporate that with the incentives that are now available in the United States, another huge win. And you could easily prove that the vehicle can save itself a ton of money just by operating it. And the more you drive, the more you save. That type of thing, I think, would be fantastic for advertising.
Yeah. When the S came out, they were showing it against the previous title holder of safest car in America. And you saw the poll test where on the previous safest car in America, the pole kind of really intruded on the roof and into the cabin on that car. But on the glass roof, it came in a couple inches. And that was visceral. Because you could see it.
Yeah. Things like in the roof crush test, we broke the machine trying to crush us. That's a good ad. Yeah. Right. Roof not crushed. Machine totally broken.
We needed to score 5. We got 8 before the machine broke.
We got 8 out of 5.
And we had to stop testing because we broke it. But yeah, exactly. Well, I'd like to ask our audience, what do you believe would be a good thing for Tesla advertising? Should it be on sports? Should it be on billboards? Should it be on buses? What works, or do you think would work best? What medium would be best for Tesla to advertise? And what do you think they should advertise? We would love to hear it in the comments. And with that, we would, I think we're going to wrap it up for this particular segment. So thank you all for watching. With that said, get with us next time. And together we'll find out what's happening in the Tesla life, as Patrick likes to say, Express!
We'll see you guys hopefully on Sunday on my show, and then again on Monday. So thanks for spending your Friday evening with us.
And I'm at carswithcords.net. See, the S is back. Yay!
Yay!
Bye.